this video, I'll also be doing a super fun watercolor rainbow background tutorial. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see the full tutorial. I will also have timestamps on this video so that you can skip around and move to the sections or the parts of the video you'd like to see. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I have some watercolors here. These are the Meiliang watercolors. These are supposedly the student grade of the Paul Rubens watercolors. I do have some of those. I actually have a review on my channel. Now, when I go on Amazon and I search for these, I find them under the Paul Rubens company as well as another company called Light Wish. And these watercolor brushes that they also sent me, I believe there are 4 in here. We're going to open these up and take a look at them. But these do say Light Wish watercolor brushes on here. I'm assuming these are available on Amazon. I'm going to check and see if I could find these. But there is also a company on Amazon that has a store that is called Light Wish, and they also do have these watercolors in their store as well. And then I have this watercolor paper that they also sent me, and this does actually say Paul Rubens on it. The part that had me really interested in this is the fact that it said glitter sparkling effect. So we're going to open up this paper and we are going to take a look at it, and we are going to see how glittery it actually is, or what this glitter sparkling effect actually looks like. And as with all my review videos, everything that you see in this video you will find linked down in the description box below so that you can easily find it. I also have links down there for my email list, my Facebook group, my Etsy shop, and my Patreon if you would like to support me there. So the first thing we're gonna go ahead and open are these watercolor brushes. Wow, they're really wrapped good here. And we've got bubble wrap. Y'all know how much I love the bubble wrap. Okay, so here are our watercolor brushes. Wow, these are really pretty. They all look very different from one another. It looks like one of them has some Chinese writing on it. Oh, actually, they all do. So if I turn it over here, you could see the Chinese writing on that one as well. I don't know if these are available on Amazon, but they do have several different packs under the Light Wish store that are all watercolor brushes. I will reach out to my contact that sent these to me to make sure that I link the right ones. And they all do have the covers on the top of each one. Some of them are thin. We've got a medium one here, and then we have one that is much, much bigger. So I'll set those aside, and we are going to open the watercolors. Let's go ahead and take the plastic off. And there are 48 colors in this set. Let's go ahead and take them out of the box and see what the packaging looks like. This box is so pretty. I love the pink and purple. So the case is the same color as the box, and it says Meiliang up here in the corner with their little bird. So let's turn it over. It does have the little thumb ring right here. Let's go ahead and open them up. Oh good, so we have a swatch chart. So we'll be swatching these out on here today, and it comes with this little pamphlet here. It's all written in Chinese, so of course I can't read it, but it does have a swatch of all the colors over here. I'll hold that a little bit closer so that you could see it. We've got this little piece of plastic laid over the watercolors, and it shows us what all the colors are. They have the Chinese name written here, and then they have the actual name written in English, as well as a number on each and every one of them. I'll hold it a little closer so you could see. It does come with a little water brush, and then all of the watercolors are laying inside the tin in this little piece of plastic, so they all have their own little space. Okay, so I pulled out my Paul Rubens metallic watercolors so y'all could see the difference, but I absolutely love these. I do have a review on these. I want to show you the difference between the artist grade and then a student grade set, but this set is going to be a whole lot more money for less colors. This one has only 24 colors, so you're getting double the colors in here, and this one is on Amazon for, I believe, $29.99. And this one, you're getting 24 colors, and you're going to pay more, likely right around $50 unless they go on sale. And these are all metallic colors, and they do come in all the little individual pieces that when they come to you, you do have to unwrap each one individually, and it is quite time consuming, but that's how a lot of the more artist grade watercolors are going to come to you. And you can see that the tin is actually much better quality. So they come in this box just like this, and it is actually very, very nice. I love the color. And I need to pull these out and play with them a little bit more. But in this set here, you're actually going to get some metallics down here on this bottom row. You do get a black and you do get a white. And then you get an array of lots of other colors from other color families. It looks like we get one yellow here, and then we are moving into a yellow that has much more orange in it as we get into the oranges. And then we have, I think, 4 reds and then a much darker red that looks like it may have some brown in it. This looks like it may be a red as well as this one. And it looks like our pinks are down here where the metallics are. I'll have to swatch this one to see exactly what it is. It looks like a brown. It might be a red. It actually says violet red. So we've got a violet red here. And then this one is supposed to be a purple. It says fresh purple and then deep violet. And then we get a few blues. So these are all blues right here. We get more greens all the way down into here. And these are all greens as well. So if you're wanting to color leaves, you've got plenty of choices for green. And then the much lighter ones look like they are the metallic colors, and that would probably be really pretty to mix in a metallic if you were blending your colors, to blend in some of the metallic with the darker greens, or the metallic blue with the darker blues. And then you get some browns over here, and one of these is supposed to be a sienna. If I lay this right here, it looks like this one should be a sienna, so it should have a little bit more orange in it. And then we get a yellow ochre here as well. So we do get another yellow to go along with this yellow, and then this yellow has a little bit more orange in it. And then, like I said, all the bottom are all your metallic colors, and you get a pearl color, which is absolutely beautiful. And then you get a gold. This one here is bronze, but I don't see a silver. I'm gonna grab some water and we're gonna go ahead and swatch all these colors out here on the chart that it came with. So I went through and added some water to all the watercolors and activated them. I'm gonna speed this up as I swatch out all these colors, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about the colors. I am gonna use the water brush that came with the set just because that seems like it would be much easier. So let's go ahead and get started. Are all swatched out, and I did decide to come back and grab a black piece of paper because I wanted to see how these gorgeous metallic colors would come out on the black paper and what the difference was between the black and the white. And there's a beautiful array of colors in this set, and they did go down on the paper very, very nicely. Now, I am not someone who is a watercolor expert. I don't use watercolors that often, but just looking at these, the only one that didn't dissolve the way that it probably should have, and I had to go back a couple times and try to just spread the pigment out and dissolve it a little bit more, was this yellow sienna. I don't know if that is specifically with my set or it's across all the sets. It may be that I did not have enough water. I did have to go back in the middle of my swatching and activate all of my colors just a little bit more by adding more water so they would go down more smoothly on the swatch. But we do get a lot of really gorgeous colors in here. You get so many different shades of green. You do get an olive green. We get our siennas and our yellow ochre. We get a couple yellows over here. Like I said earlier, we get a yellow that has more orange in it. We have a couple oranges. They are similar, but they're still different. We get quite a few reds. We get some really pretty reds, and then we get the reds that are much deeper and have a little bit more brown in them. And then here we get a gorgeous rose red, and when I tell y'all, that one looks just like a rose. Like just like the color that I wrote rose would be. That is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that color. And then up here we get a violet red, and the color names are very specific to what the actual color is when it goes down. When you look at the colors in the tin, they don't look like what they say they are, but then the second you add the water and activate them, the color instantly changes. I thought that was really, really cool. But we get a deep violet here. We get some really pretty blues. Look at this gorgeous sky blue. That is so, so pretty. And look at this color here called turkey blue. This is like a teal blue. It's similar to this blue here, but this one has a little bit more green in it. And we get a Prussian blue. That's a gorgeous, gorgeous dark, dark blue. A Payne's gray, a brighter green, which is a yellow green. Some more greens up here. We already talked about these. And then we get our browns. We do get a black. This is our white up here, which of course you can't see. I should probably, let me go ahead and swatch that white out on the black paper. That white is pretty white. That's really, really nice. But this paper here is just paper that I pulled out of my homeschool cabinet from when I used to homeschool my kids, and I just have a whole cabinet full of art supplies and things that we used to use. So this is just a construction paper that you would buy for your kids. It's not a watercolor paper or anything that is really meant to put water on. So this is the best it's probably gonna get as far as the metallics go, but I really just wanted to do this so y'all could see the difference in the metallics. You could probably see all the colors and the difference between them being on the white paper and them being on the black paper. This one did not go down all too well on the black paper, but I think it was my paper. Some of these look more translucent and some of them look more opaque. Like this one here showed up a whole lot more, and then these others are more translucent. This one was a lot more opaque as well, and this one, but some of them were more translucent, like this color here, which is the flashing pearl. So that's probably how it's supposed to look. That's probably the most that you're going to get out of that one, and that would be gorgeous, I'm sure, on a coloring page. Here it is right here on the white, and it's a very, very metallic pearl color, exactly what it says. It's really beautiful. So let me go ahead and start at the top here, and I'll just go down so y'all can see all those gorgeous metallics. Okay, y'all, so while I still have some sunlight left, I grabbed my phone and put these right by the window, but I wanted to show you this crazy reflection from these. Look at all that metallic and shine. Oh, they are so pretty. It's creating a shadow when I hold it down a little bit lower though. Let's go back up. And I have to tilt them so that you could see it, but it's creating that shadow. So hopefully you can still see how metallic these are, but they are gorgeous. Look at that gold. Now, if you're just starting out with watercolors and you just want a fairly cheap set of watercolors that you can experiment with and learn how to use them, you can grab these right now on Amazon for only $34.99, and they have a $5 coupon on them. So you're going to get them for $29.99 at checkout, which is a really, really great deal for 48 colors. And like I said, this is the student grade of the Paul Rubens. So when you get familiar with watercolors and you learn how to use them and you want to buy the better sets, you can move on and get something like the more artist grade Paul Rubens sets or a much better set of watercolors. And there are so many YouTube channels that are specifically just for watercolors. I watch them every once in a while, and what some people can do with watercolors just totally amazes me. But you can use these in your coloring books as well. So I thought we could go ahead and open up this paper together. Is this paper 8.5 by 11? I think it is. It's in centimeters, of course, so I really have no idea. I guess I'll find out. It looks like it may be 8.5 by 11. Oh my goodness, y'all, this paper definitely has glitter on it. And I'm gonna turn it just a little bit. I added more lighting to hopefully be able to catch that reflection. And my camera keeps going out of focus because there's not really a whole lot to focus on. Okay, y'all, so I went and grabbed my iPhone camera because when I went back to go look at the footage, you could not see the glitter on this paper. And so I grabbed a light in the middle of editing, and I think it's able to be seen a lot better now, but there is definitely glitter on this paper. Oh, there we go. So you could see all the little specks of glitter in the paper. Oh, look at that. You could see the reflection right there of the glitter. Is that not the coolest thing? But there's quite a bit of glitter on this paper, and I'll move down just a little bit over here so you could get a really good look at it, but it's really showing up now. I don't know, hopefully y'all could see that, but I could clearly see the glitter. This is so super cool. Let me check the other side. This paper has glitter on both sides of it. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen glitter anything paper. And this is glitter watercolor paper. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this through my printer and print a coloring page on it and see what happens. Okay, y'all, so this paper is actually smaller than 8.5 by 11. I don't have any stamps, so I can't stamp something onto the paper to be able to color it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch a couple of these colors down on this glitter paper so we could see what effect the glitter paper has, or maybe it's just for fun, but this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm really not sure what size this is, but it's smaller than 8.5 by 11. But let's go ahead and swatch out maybe a green. Oh my gosh, I see the glitter behind it. Oh my gosh, it shows through. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that is super, super cool. Let me try one of the metallic colors. And these brushes are really nice. Here's the metallic. Of course, the metallic already has a metallic finish, but oh my gosh, with the glitter on the paper, it is glittering even more than it was earlier. Okay, let me try another regular color, maybe a red. And then let me try a yellow. Oh, wow. You can see the glitter through the watercolor. The glitter on the paper is just beautiful. If you wanted to watercolor something and do it on this paper, it would look gorgeous. But yeah, you have to look really, really closely or you really can't see it. I mean, I could still clearly see all the glitter on the white, but I mean, glitter paper, how cool is that? I just wish it was an 8.5 by 11 so that I could get it through my printer. So I've decided we're gonna go ahead and create a rainbow watercolor background because I've always wanted to do one of these with watercolors, and I think it would be really super cool, and hopefully it turns out really great because I've never tried this yet. So we're gonna try this together, and I found the perfect page here in Magical Dawn. This is Hannah Carlson's Magical Dawn, and I found the perfect page in here to give a watercolor background to. And it is this page right here. I thought it would be perfect because it's this gorgeous bottle. This is rainbow dust on it. And I am just going to prepare the page for water. This is my paper that I use for markers. And so it's smoother and I feel like it would hold the water just a little bit better if it were to go through. Now this book does have the artwork on double sides of the pages. So if you are thinking of actually coloring the page that is behind it, I wouldn't suggest doing this. I would definitely pick a page that I don't plan on coloring in the future to do a watercolor background on. The paper in this book is not very thick at all, so we're gonna see how it will handle the watercolor background. I have actually used water on another page in this book. It was on this page here. This was a full tutorial on my channel, and I'll link it in the upper right hand corner so that you could check it out if you want to. But I believe this was done with Faber-Castell gelatos, and I laid them down, then I just added water to mix and spread out the colors. But this is gonna be a little bit different because we're using straight watercolors, and we are going to see how this works out. I'll probably have to use more water than I did on the previous page. The page did buckle a little bit, and you could probably hear it. So the page just feels a little bit thicker than it normally would. And it did go through a little bit to the other side. So that's why I said if you want to follow this tutorial, then go ahead and do it on a page that you don't care about the artwork on the other side, or if you do have another book. And since I've already used water in this book, that's why I chose to use this book. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose my rainbow colors from the swatch chart, and I want to start with a red at the top of the page. So I think I'm going to go with this rose red here, And I'm going to be using the thicker brush that came from the company. And I've put a couple water splotches here because I'm just going to add the color to them so that I can get a good amount of color here since we are doing a background. The rose red is way down here, so I'm just going to grab some of that and add it to the water. And I'm probably going to have to add a little bit more water as well because the brush is picking up a lot of it. And then I'm going to pick up my brush and I am going to go to the next color, which is going to be orange. And I am using a paper towel off to the side to take all the color off my brush. And I'm going to come in here and I think I'm going to use this orange here. And I want to get it nice and wet and then bring the color over here. And I'm just dabbing the color off my brush so that I could go to yellow and I don't have other colors interfering. Now we don't have, I think I actually got some green in my yellow earlier, so hopefully that doesn't affect it, but this is one of the only yellows that I have. So I'm gonna pick up some of that and then I'm gonna put it over here and add it to the water. And the next color I'm gonna go to after that is gonna be green. I wanna use a green that is dark but not too dark. And if I water the tree green down enough, then it will make a regular green color, I think. And I think I am actually going to mix it, so I'm gonna pick up some of this green just to lighten it up a little bit. And you can mix these colors to make the colors that you want. Okay, so that's probably the color I want now. Okay, so now we have to create a blue, and I think I'm gonna mix two of the blues. I think I'm gonna start with this, light sky blue here, and that's probably not gonna be dark enough, so I'm gonna grab a blue that is a little bit darker. I think I wanna use some of that sky blue. That's a really pretty color. So we'll just mix those two together. And then we need to come up with a purple. And we only have this deep violet here. And so I think that I probably need to lighten it up a bit. So that's this third one here. Okay, so I think we have all our colors now. I'm gonna do the background first, and I probably am gonna come back and color this in some more like pastel-ier, like rainbow type colors to match the background. You can come right back over the watercolor. Even if I go over some of these other areas, you can come right back over the watercolor with your colored pencils, so you're fine. So we've got our paper back here to protect it, and then I am just going to start with my red, and this red sort of looks like more of a pink, and I'm using more of a dabbing motion because I want it to look really watercolory. And I think I'm gonna pull it down just a little, and I'm gonna stay out of the way of where I've got my bottle. Then I'm gonna rinse off my brush. And the reason I did these off to the side first was because I wanted to make sure that I could dip into them much quicker. I want to make sure that that orange does sort of go up into that pink, and I want to get all the way around that bottle. And see here where it's already starting to dry, I'm going to try to reactivate it just a little bit. And I probably am going to have to come back with a paper towel and pick up some of that extra over there. Oh, look how those colors just go into one another seamlessly. That's so pretty. Now I want to make sure I have enough room for my other colors. So I'm going to rinse off my brush, and I'm trying to do this kind of fast before the colors dry, so that they'll go right into one another. Oh my gosh, look how gorgeous that yellow is. And I'm gonna put it right into that orange and mix the two. I have 3 colors left, so I only wanna come down half of the page, and I want to come over here and blend it into this orange. Oh, this is so fun, and look how quick this is. Okay, so let me rinse off the brush and come back and grab some green, because that's our next color. That right into the yellow. So we're going a little bit darker here now. Still have blue and purple. So let me come over here, and I think I'm gonna have to blend these out just a little bit more here to make sure it's going right up against the bottle. I think I'm actually gonna dab some of this up. I'm gonna dab a little bit up so that it gets a little bit of a better blend. And with watercolors, you can pick up the color. And then let me hurry and come back here and add that blue. And I'm gonna blend it right into that green. And y'all, if I could do this, anybody could do this. I do not usually play with watercolors. And I'm not really sure about that blue. It looks a little bit muddy, so let me see what I could do here. I need a brighter blue. Oh, maybe I should try the metallic one. Should I try that? Let's be a little daring. This flash blue right here is gorgeous, and so is this. Let me try the lighter blue. Okay, I wet it just a bit, and we're gonna see if we could mix that color. Let me pull some of this up. See how easy it is to pull up when you're not happy with the color, and then I could just go right over it. Oh yeah, this is going to be much prettier, but it is one of the metallic colors. So it may look a little bit different, but look how much better that is. You see how I just fixed that and it was so easy? Oh goodness, these are so fun. Don't tell me I'm going to get into watercolors now too, because I don't even have time to use all my colored pencils. But these are so fun, and what a fun background. Okay, so now we're going to try our purple, and I'm going to try to lighten that up quite a bit. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, let me bring it in over here and blend it into that blue. Oh, I love this. Oh, that's pretty. And see, this paper is handling the water quite well. Look at that. It is kind of coming into the crease of the book quite a lot though. I gotta get a paper towel for that. Look how fun that is. It is now starting to dry. Let me go ahead and come in here and pull some of that up. I think I need a little bit more orange right in here. And you can go over it again, y'all, if you want to, or if you see spaces that you missed, and just to brighten up a certain color. But look how pretty that is. And you just want to brighten up the yellow sections just a little bit more, and I missed some right in here. So yeah, you could come back and brighten up the color or blend it out just a little bit more. You can come back again with your paper towel and pick up some of the color. And like I said, don't worry if you got into the area where the bottle is or whatever page you're doing this on, because it really doesn't matter. You can come back with your colored pencils and go right back over the top of it. But oh, I love how this turned out. That is really pretty. I think I might go over just a little bit more with the purple now that it's drying a little bit. I really want it to look purple. I actually dipped into the actual color because I think it was watered down. It is pretty wet, so after it's all done drying, I will pull out the paper that was behind it. But let me turn this over. You can see that it did end up going through down here at the bottom. The purple really went through, but I added a lot more color down there, so that's to be expected. And the paper is not that thick. But I really love the way that it turned out, and I've got a gorgeous rainbow background. If you wanted to come back and fix any of it, you can do that. When you're working on it, you saw me come back with the paper towel and lift some of the color. You could add a little bit more color. You can make your color a lot more pigmented if you went straight into the palette, or you can blend them out over to the side, right in your tin over here like I did. And you can make them really as opaque or as translucent as you want them, but try not to add too much water when you are working in your coloring books. I probably added too much water down here, and that's why they went through. But I am not used to working with watercolors, so that just goes to show you that y'all can do this too. But as soon as it dries, I'll pull this out, and you can see now just by me pulling this out just a little bit how beautiful that is. I really love that, and I can't wait to color this page, but of course I need to wait till it's completely dry, and watercolors do dry rather quickly, so I won't have to wait that long, and then I'm gonna start coloring in the bottle. That'll be a lot of fun. So I hope y'all enjoyed taking a look at these watercolors. They are a student grade watercolor, but if you are just starting out and you just want to learn how to use watercolors like I do, then this is a great place to start. You don't need to spend a whole lot of money, and this is so much more budget friendly. You're getting all of these colors. What were there, 48 colors in here for only $29.99 with the coupon on Amazon. So it's a really fantastic deal. And again, these are the colors. The metallics I showed you shine like there is no tomorrow. They are amazing. And I did put them right up next to the actual Paul Rubens metallics, and I did that in the sun when I wasn't filming. I'm filming this part in 2 different days, and they did look very similar. So here are the actual Paul Rubens ones like I showed you earlier. These are the swatches. So you could see, if you look here, actually when I look at this, it looks like, oh my goodness, it actually looks like these on here are a bit more metallic. And it looks like you get a couple of the same colors, like this one here matches with this one here matches with this one. And if I hold them really close up, y'all can decide for yourself which one you think has more of a metallic sheen and I'll sort of turn them up and down just a little bit so you can see. But there are some colors that you will get duplicates of, and actually if you look here, this one is called Rose Red and this one is called Rose Red. I'll leave these like this so that you could take a closer look, but I think some of the colors are actually the same. I hope y'all enjoyed my review of these watercolors and the short little tutorial. If you follow the coloring tutorial, please do share it in my Facebook group. I would love to see your work. Everything you've seen me use in this video will be linked in the description box below so that you could easily find it. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Happy coloring. Bye.